This video is brought to you by Public. Deposit any amount of money with Public by going to metkevin.com/public and get one totally free stock worth all the way up to $1,000. Go to metkevin.com/public to learn more. And they don't use payment for order flow. Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Get ready for a massive price reduction request coming to the Twitter deal. Personally, I think the Twitter deal is going to get cut by 31%. That would bring the Twitter share price, that is the deal price, down from $54.20, $54.20, down to just 69% of that value to about $37.40. That's my estimation. Why am I saying that? Well, take a look at this article today from the Washington Post. The Washington Post says that this is a Washington Post exclusive, that Elon Musk's deal to buy Twitter is in peril, and this is what I love. 3 people familiar with the matter said. Well, maybe those individuals are Elon Musk, his brother, and his attorney. But who knows? The point is, these sorts of leaks are planned. And I'm going to go through not only what the article said, but some other additional commentary as well. Because there are a lot of folks who like to say, why doesn't Elon just honor his deal? He made a deal. He should go through with his contract. Well, we're going to talk about exactly that. So first, what does the article tell us? Well, it tells us that, number one, at the moment, Elon Musk and the team have stopped engaging in discussions around financing the $44 billion deal. Okay, now, this is important that Elon Musk has paused his fundraising beyond the $32 billion he's already said that he's raised. Here's why. Right now, Twitter's share price is selling for about $37 to $37.50. That means if you bought the Twitter stock today at, let's say, $37.50, it would have to go up 45% to get to $54.20 if the deal goes through. That means you could potentially get a 45% gain if the deal goes through at full price. The stock market right now is telling you that's unlikely. And by Elon pausing additional funding, it implies that he's either going to walk away from the deal, maybe he truly is pausing the deal, or he's going to renegotiate and doesn't actually need more money. Given that he's already raised about 69% of the capital that he needs, and Twitter's share price is selling for 31% below where the deal was originally officiated, it's, in my opinion, very likely that Elon Musk is going to be asking for a 31% price reduction all the way to about 69% of the original deal value. But we learned a little bit more, but I just want to make it clear that on a funding perspective and on what the stock market is saying price-wise, both align with Elon asking for somewhere between a 30 to 31% strike off of this deal, or price reduction, basically. We also heard that, quote, talks with investors have cooled, and that's because the fire hose of information that Twitter said they would give Elon Musk to verify spam bots has actually created more doubts for Elon and Elon's team. And they've gone as far as saying that the information Twitter has provided hasn't actually verified Twitter's claim that only 5% of users are bots. Now, Elon Musk did agree to a $1 billion breakup fee. That means if Elon Musk just decides to walk away from the deal, he has to pay Twitter $1 billion, which he's unlikely to want to do. This is why I think rather than just walking away from the deal, Elon Musk is likely to pressure for a price reduction. That way he can draw out the negotiation and process. He's not walking away from the deal, so he's not giving up the $1 billion yet. Instead, he can buy time by renegotiating a lower price. Now, Twitter might be motivated to say, no, now we're going to sue you for that $1 billion. They're not going to get that $1 billion automatically. But that kind of lawsuit would leave a lot of overhang for Twitter stock, would probably create a lot of stress for the board and executive staff and create more distractions for the company and actually hurt the company by more than the tune of $1 billion. Now, is Elon Musk being dishonest for potentially wanting to ask for a price reduction here? In my opinion, the answer to this is a hard no. The reason for that is simple. When you make a contract under the belief that both sides are providing honest information. However, if Twitter says bots are 5%, maybe a little bit more, and the reality is that bots on the platform are actually 25% or 50% of the users on the platform, then Elon's been misled. And this is only information that he could really discover through his business discovery within the actual deal. Now, we know that earlier in the process, Elon Musk, quote, waived due diligence in putting together the transaction. But if red flags pop up that indicate that information that Elon Musk was originally basing his opinion on have now created a material change in the underlying value of the company, then Elon Musk should be, at least within his right to argue, that he should not suffer a $1 billion breakup fee, and instead, Twitter should either give him his money back or lower the price. My guess is, based on where Twitter is trading right now, the market's telling us this deal is probably going to go through with about a 30 to 31% price drop to about 69% of the original deal volume or deal agreed price. And this lines up with how much money Elon Musk has already raised, and a 30 to 31% reduction likely also represents the overstatement of users. That is, if Elon thought there were 5% bots and we're really at 35% bots, that seems like it would be a fair compensation for that reality. Unless, of course, Twitter wants to clean up their statistics and the way they provide information. But if they do that, they might have to go back and change their SEC disclosures, and they end up in the same place. So again, I want to be clear here. I personally think, and I've said this since it started, I think the arbitrage between the Twitter share price today and $54.20 is a mirage. I think it's a very risky investment, and it's not one that I'm making. I do own one Twitter share because I was gifted that, but beyond that, this is not an arbitrage play that I want to make, and I think Elon's going to be dropping the bomb for a big negotiation and a price reduction of at least 30%. In fact, he might even start with a price reduction of 50%, at least a request of 50%, so that way there's more pressure on the stock price, and maybe Twitter will meet him in the middle, or he'll certainly end up getting 30%. That's my expectation. We'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, I do also want to just address, like, hey, is this me just trying to be negative about the Twitter deal because I want to see Tesla go up? Personally, I think those are relatively disconnected. So, and I've said this many times on the channel before, like, I hear a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, if Elon buys Twitter, he's going to be distracted. I actually think the Twitter deal would be positive for Tesla. So I kind of hope the deal goes through because I think Tesla is probably going to get easy licensing agreements for really good language learning algorithms, which Elon Musk would likely institute or create for not only fighting spam, but also for moderating free speech and content, which I think will be very, very important to the future of robots and artificial intelligence, essentially, for vocalization and for speech. I think those are critical. And so I think Twitter's a great opportunity for that. Not necessarily wanting the world to be run by very sarcastic and trolley style people that are robots, but I think Twitter will give some serious language learning opportunities, especially since we could see sentiment change immediately, in almost real time, right? For example, we could get breaking news on a story, and we could see how sentiment and emotions change over time. And these are all huge learning opportunities. So you've got this combination of emotion and news on Twitter that really, in a text-based context, you don't have in many other places. You'd have to transcribe videos, which is possible to do, but is more complicated than just using the text that people are writing, right? So I don't know, I'm fascinated by the Twitter opportunities for language learning, especially since, hey, 140 characters on Twitter, small file sizes, can all fit on a little thumb drive.